Okay, time for our first Shaman victory. This is a fun deck. It's not the best, but it can be really fun if you manage to stabilize the early game. I mean, I guess that's really always the problem with Anub'Rekhan, is those powerful 4/4s, is like finding a way to get ahead in tempo is the difficulty. The theme of this deck is spell damage. You have minions that give you spell power, and a lot of spells to take advantage. And if you can get to the point where you plop down Malygos, you basically win. But that's far from trivial. Because of this. This hero power... Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's not a skitter. Skitter is so fucking painful. I play this so it doesn't instantly die. That's good. Definitely want the spell power. I can deal 3 damage now. 2. Yeah, I can. Okay, I can kill both of them. Boom. Good start. Now, one of these probably gets mortal coiled. What's she gonna hit? That. Okay. Now I have 2 mana though. I can kill that and get that down to 1. Does that help much? Overloads me though. What do I want to play next turn? Overload me so I only have 3 mana next turn. I think I'd prefer to just play the Drake. Nah, I need to kill things, because also it sets up a lightning storm that will kill off this thing. Even if they just keep coming, man. And Abubian, I have to steal that from Day 9. I find it pretty amusing. Because I am a 5-year-old. May need to hex that before I do my lightning storm.
For the crusade!
So that it doesn't produce yet another 4/4. Or I guess I could just bash into it. I have the spell power. Oh man, if I could. Oh, that's gonna take that out though. If I had a 3 mana spell damage, that would be sweet. Instead, I think I go Sunwalker to buy time.
Join or die.
Next turn I'm hoping to Dalaran Mage Lightning Storm and get ahead. Ow. Ow. Ouchie. Yep, here we go.
Sometimes
Or die.
5 to 6 damage. Go. I approve this message. That's how to take down a board. Okay, that'll pop it. Did I do that? 3 and I guess I have to, even though I really want to play Malygos next turn. I don't think I can afford to.
Join or die.
just a little taste.
Okay, doesn't hurt too much. So spell damage +1. And yes. Another lightning storm.
Join or die.
Please be spell power. Damn. It's gonna kill. Ouch. 3 to 4. I can charge in with that guy. No! Ow. Ow. And there we go. Double Nerubians again. This thing is brutal. I think we just get Malagoat. No, then I lose to a Direwolf Alpha. This is safer. But I have to get ahead. How do I get ahead? I wish I have a lot of 1 mana spells. I'll be able to do this and just start pumping the board. Gonna go for the risk. And if she has a Direwolf Alpha, I die. But you have to get ahead on tempo somehow in this game. That's fine. Look at this. Malagos is the best. 7 to 8 damage. Anub'Rekhan also just has Frostbolt, so I just died to that. That's pretty depressing. But how much damage? That's 10. It's gonna be a race, I think. I think I maybe just go for the win. Malagos is crazy, man. Don't Frostbolt me. If you Frostbolt me, I am going to punch the computer in the face. That's fine. Pretty annoying because it stops me from winning unless I draw. Oh no! I'm overloaded. I can't play that. I can, however. No. 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 Give me a taunt. Okay. Give me another taunt. God, oh, there's so many spells which would win me this game. Okay. Just do not kill me. Usually it's not this close. Usually once you get Malagos out, there's so many, like, Frost Shock. Oh, to a minion. I win! I win. And then we'll go over the deck. Hopefully I get some fancy way of rubbing it in at the end. I don't, but this will do just fine. Okay, so let's go through this deck. It's really fun to play. You're always going to be behind early and need to find a way to catch up. I'm definitely lucky that she didn't have a way to finish me off when I'm down to 2 health. So, spell damage Shaman. The basic idea is to have a bunch of minions which give you spell damage. So that you can pump up your good removal spells like Lightning Bolts, which we didn't see, even Frost Shocks, which you don't usually see in Shaman decks. So you can pump them up. Pump up your spells. Lightning Storm's a big one. Forked Lightning. To be able to kill things like 4/4s. And then in the late game you want to get your Legendaries out and Sunwalkers to just take control of the board. Once you have Malagos out, you usually win, because you have a lot of removal spells that'll clear their board, and a lot of direct damage spells which suddenly do huge amounts of damage, which make her 45 health seem like nothing. At the end, I was somewhat unlucky not to have more Frost Shocks and Lightning Bolts in hand, because those are a lot of direct damage that'll just wipe your opponent out quickly with that much spell power. Okay, so going through the deck, Earthshock, basically a lot of these are just you want cheap damage spells to be able to use with Malagos, or once you've got a bunch of spell damage from things like Ancient Mage. So Earthshock also silences something if you need it, but you're mostly just using it for damage. It is minion only. Forked Lightning with spell power suddenly kills 2 Skitters if you have 2 spell damage, guaranteed. You often use it in your early game defensively before you have spell damage out. You might have like 1 spell damage totem, the Wrath of Air totem, and deal 3 damage to 2 of them and run in a 1/1 totem, things like that. Lightning Bolt can be to a minion or to the face. With Malagos, that's 8 damage at least. It's pretty big. Thelnos is guaranteed spell damage. You obviously put in a Kobold there if you don't have the legendary. Millhouse is just to try stave off those early 1/1s. Sorry, those early hero power 4/4s. Hex is just, again, a 1-1, try to stave off early aggression. Lava Bursts can kill a Skitter if you really need. That's the hero power. Or you combine it with Malagos for 10 damage, like Boom. Lightning Storms, you really need to draw these to win the game, because this is how you clear the board and get ahead. If you have Ancient Mage pumping out spell damage or Malagos, this will wipe the board and keep minions out, and you can start turning the game around. Harvest Golem just trades efficiently for the Skitters, the 2-3 hits it, then the 2-1. Damage Golem, Scarlet Crusader likewise, you want some cheap minions. When I first ran this deck, it didn't have early minions to play and would just guaranteed lose early. So this is basically just to survive to the point where you can swing the game by playing something like Ancient Mage. Ancient Mage, it's important to understand that this card, because not a lot of people run it, its battle cry is that it gives adjacent minion spell damage +1. So some people who are inexperienced play it and protect it. You actually want to protect the minions you gave spell damage, if you're trying to if you can protect things. And you only want to play it really if you have 2 minions out is ideal. One can, like if you need 1 spell, like if you're desperate to clear the board, you might give something 1 spell damage and then Lightning Storm. But obviously it's best when you can give 2 things spell damage. Chillwind Yeti trades efficiently for the 4/4s. Unfortunately, the enemy does run Mortal Coil, which, yeah, it's rough. Otherwise, this would trade for 2 Skitters, which would be awesome. Azure Drake doesn't only trades 1-for-1 with them, but also draws you a card and has spell damage +1, and this is a spell damage themed deck. Cairn is ridiculous. It theoretically trades 4-for-1 with the hero power, though again, Mortal Coil messes you up, and the fact that they just go for face when you're already going to be low on health. Sunwalker trades 3-for-1, that Divine Shield is awesome. Alakir trades sort of 3-for-1. It's shady because it's 3 attack, doesn't really kill stuff, but you often just want to taunt to save you, and this does pretty well. And will combine with other things. Hopefully you have something out or removal spells to kill them. And Malagos is what can swing you this game very quickly. The enemy Anub'Rekhan does not have hard removal, so Malagos will often you can combine it with one of your cheap 1-mana spells as you play it, but it will usually survive for a few turns, and then things like Lightning Storms just are guaranteed to kill everything on the board. Even things like Forked Lightning become ridiculous. It deals 7 damage to 2 random enemy minions. It's going to kill, yeah, it's definitely going to kill 2 things, and hopefully they don't have that much on the board. Plus Malagos can kill something herself directly with an attack. And then your direct spells, your direct damage spells like Lightning Bolt, Lava Burst just become huge hits. You can whittle down the enemy very quickly once Malagos is out for a few turns. And that's the deck. I'd say it maybe has like a 50% win rate against Anub'Rekhan. It's far from guaranteed because you can just fall too far behind in the early game. But you can win. Lightning Storm, you have ways to turn the game around. Lightning Storm with spell damage and getting Malagos and Alakir out, you can turn the corner, and it's really fun to play. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.